We should be live. Nope, we're not. We're gonna be live in 3, 2, 1. I think we're live. Jeremy, are you ready?
Yes.
All
Today
right.
we're gonna talk about this drink.
We're talking about the drink. That's a pretty cool easy drink. But hey guys, welcome to Pixel Stabbers. We're live today with Jeremy Chan and myself,
And we're
David.
gonna talk about easy.
And we're talking about Izzy. No, we're gonna talk about Photoshop, Luminar, Lightroom, all the above. We're gonna get some great effect. In this video, we will show you guys how to do something like this. You see, this is the before and after. The after is on the right side, and we're gonna get this effect. And Jeremy's gonna show us how to add the sunset, add the clouds, add the birds, make the lighting all look seamless. It's just amazing, amazing, amazing.
It's confusing. Is it really adding a sunset? Because the sunset is there. I just missed it. You know, overexposed it. So,
yeah, you
well,
screwed
like
up.
recreating the sunset.
You messed up on the photo. Terrible photo. But you fixed it in post. That's why you're an amazing photographer or you're an amazing graphics artist. The result is amazing. But you didn't get it right in post. You didn't get it right in camera, Jeremy.
I never get it right in camera. So I get more fun in post. Yeah, some people don't like that, but I do.
That's fine.
What can you do about it? What can you do about it? What can you do about it?
I think you're okay because for me, the end product is what matters the most. If your end product looks like this, then you win. If the end product looks like this, then yeah, you should have done a better job in post or in camera. But
Hey,
anyway, so
like that.
what software do you use to get these effects, Jeremy? You use what?
I use Photoshop and Luminar 4.
Okay, so these two softwares here, Photoshop and Luminar 4. And just so everyone knows, in this video, we're going to show the result of coming from a photo that looks like this to a photo that looks like this using these two software, Photoshop and Luminar 4. But before we let Jeremy go and do the demonstration for you guys, I just want to show you the software. So, Photoshop. Software. Yes, the software. The fun part, right? Well, not the fun part, but the part where you have to actually pay money. Photoshop.
That is not the fun part.
Yes, that's why it's not fun. So Photoshop is actually really cheap. In fact, Photoshop and Lightroom is only $10 a month if you use this link down below. Don't get tricked by just getting Photoshop alone because Photoshop alone is actually, I think, $20. For example, let me actually show you that because this is a trick that if you don't realize, you might pick the wrong one. So if you just search for Photoshop on Amazon, and you look for the so look, if you go to Photoshop here, it's by Adobe, it's $21 per month. And in fact, I think they make you do like a 1 year subscription.
I think it's a mistake they do that. They just forgot to take it out. I mean, there's no way they could.
It's marketing. Right? No, it's marketing. It's marketing because sometimes people just want Photoshop and they don't care about anything else. They say, oh, $21 a month, that's fine, I'll get it. And
so they can't force you to do Lightroom then. Use Lightroom.
And also here, you're stuck on the hook for 1 year. Even though it's $21, you're stuck for 1 year. Whereas if you use the link down below, you can get, it's called Adobe Creative Cloud Photography Plan. And it includes Lightroom and Photoshop and 20 GB storage for only $9.99.
Too.
It comes
Adobe
with what?
Bridge.
Yes.
Adobe Bridge.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to use.
Yeah, for $9.99, and it's monthly subscription. So you can use it for 1 month, and you decide you don't want it, you can stop right away. Whereas if you did the other link, you're stuck for 1 year. So don't do just Photoshop, and it's $21. But make sure you do the Adobe Creative Cloud Photography Plan. That's only $9.99.
That's what I have.
Monthly subscription.
That's what I have.
Yep. And in fact, you should tell them how you can use it on multiple computers. How many computers can you use on, Jeremy?
You can use it too. But you can always switch around. I've been switching around like different laptops, so you can always manage your subscriptions, and we move one from one computer in on and then install a new one. So it's easy.
Yes, it actually works really well. In fact, when I'm traveling and I'm on my laptop and I forget to disable the login that's on my desktop, when I log in on my laptop when I'm traveling, it'll say, oh, hey, you have 2 active registration. Which one would you like to disable so that you can register this current laptop that you're on? And I can disable the one on my desktop at home.
Yeah, there's only one thing that you gotta remember which computer is which computer.
Well, I name my computer smart. Like I call it iMac at home or iMac at work or laptop.
Yeah, I didn't. So
yeah, you should name your computer.
I couldn't. A lot of my laptop are longer, so I can't really do much with them.
Yes. Okay, so that's Photoshop, and you get Lightroom free. Another application that Jeremy is going to talk about is Luminar. So Luminar, you can also see it on the link down below. It's $129 if you get the package right now. That includes like Luminar's kind package and some Aurora features too.
Oh,
if you want to just get Skylum by itself, here's a little trick. Go to pixelstabbers.com/Luminar, Luminar. So pixelstabbers.com/Luminar, and this will give you special promotion. So you go there and you click buy now. And also notice that there's no subscription because unlike Photoshop, you buy Luminar for once and you keep it forever. And there's also a 30-day money back just in case if you want to. If you decide it's not for you. So you click buy now, and when you click buy now, it'll apply the discount from the pixelstabbers.com/Luminar link. But once it applies, you can
It's applying the discount right now.
Yeah, it takes so long. I don't know why it takes so long to apply the silly discount.
Because it's a big discount.
It's a big discount? It's a pretty good discount. So you can get it for $89 because it's just, you can get it by itself. Whereas if you were to buy it on Amazon, it was $129, right? But it comes to other things. So I still recommend just getting this one by itself for $89. And so if you click on buy now, oh shoot, I should change the payment to one because right now it's set to 3 payments.
Oh, well, that's like, why are you paying $29.70?
Yeah, but you can always enter promotional code. You have to click on this little link right here to enter promo code. For the code, enter Pixel Stabbers. Make sure you enter Pixel Stabbers with the S at the end, and you click apply, and it saves you $10 for the.
Yes.
Oh, for 3 months, it actually saves you $30, right? Because you're what? That's a glitch. They should order right now because that's a glitch. That's $30 discount.
I know nothing about that. I know nothing about that.
Okay, so because you entered the code Pixel Stabbers, it saves you $10 off each plan. But right here, it says you're gonna be billed $19.70 for 3 months. Hey guys, if you do this, take a screenshot of this so that if Luminar charges you more for like month 2 and month 3, you can show them this right here because it says $19.70 per month. Do this. Oh gosh. Jeremy's not paying attention because Jeremy is a Luminar ambassador. He shouldn't be hearing this. But anyway, yeah. So it's really cheap if you buy it on Luminar website. That's all I'm going to say. Code is Pixel Stabbers. So we're done with that. We'll go over to what Luminar is. So before I even do that, let's go high level. Jeremy, we're back. We're back. Come back to early.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to talk about Photoshop and Luminar, but we're going to throw in Lightroom because you get Lightroom for free if you buy the Adobe Creative Cloud plan. So Jeremy,
you can talk about Lightroom. I don't talk about Lightroom.
Okay, well, you tell the audience now. So what's the difference between Lightroom, Luminar, and Photoshop, and how you use them, and why you don't use
Okay,
Lightroom?
Can I go long with this, or you want short answer or a long answer?
Let's go a good long answer because I want them to really understand this.
So everything starts with Photoshop because Photoshop has a long history. It's been at least 20, 30 years been around, okay? So everything starts with Photoshop. Photoshop comes first. Lightroom didn't come until like way later. Personally myself, I learned Photoshop way back with Photoshop 4.0, okay? Right now we have what? Adobe Photoshop CC 2020, right?
CS.
We're talking about 4.0. This is at least a 10 different version before. All right.
Wow.
Now, one thing you understand about Photoshop is that it says the term itself says Photoshop. You will instantly think, okay, it only works with photo. But as the technology keeps advancing, Photoshop doesn't only work with photo anymore. It works with, I would say, images. Now, what kind of people use Photoshop? Photographers use Photoshop. Graphic designer use Photoshop. Illustrator use Photoshop. 3D graphic designer use Photoshop. Architect use Photoshop. So, okay, then you question like, okay, wow, why do so many people use a software only work with photo? Well, it didn't just work with photo. Within Photoshop, it basically is a multi-cost career software, I would say, because it has so many tools in there. Now, if you're a photographer, you only use photography tools, obviously, and then you probably never touch those 3D tools, right? But So here's the thing. A lot of people have think about, oh, Photoshop is so hard to use. Of course, it's so hard to use. You gotta be like a 3D animator, be an architect, be an illustrator, be a photographer. Then you gotta learn all those skills. That's a lot to learn. But if you're just doing photos, you just learn the tools from photos. That's fine. It's not that bad, okay? Now, but then again, because of the confusion, Adobe actually come up with that software called Lightroom. It's kind of opposite of what film photography work with called darkroom. So that's they're putting words there. What Lightroom is compared to Photoshop is it dumps down a lot of unnecessary tools for anything else but photography. So it's a dumb down, but at the same time, it becomes less powerful as well. All right. To me, it becomes essential for when you want to do business or want to do something fast. They realize it's for working photographer. Now, one thing that working photographer need is not just quality, it's all about workflow as well, because they have to handle multiple, could be thousands of images at the same time. And that is what Lightroom is good for. They can able to organize and help you manage thousands of photos, easy and well organized. While Photoshop is only handle one single image per time. Okay, so that's a huge difference. But in the creative part of it, Photoshop can do whatever your imagination can, while Lightroom, sadly to say, cannot.
Limited.
Okay. Now, and here comes walk-in Luminar 4. Okay, Luminar 4 in my book, it's kind of cross between Lightroom and Photoshop is in between. Okay, it's very easy to use compared to Photoshop, but then again, it also carry the similar kind of like they have a library, so you can control multiple images at the same time as well, kind of Lightroom is. So it's in between, and then it has function that Lightroom don't have while Photoshop has. So like I said, it's right in between. But what I use it for plugin, because I've been so in depth using Photoshop that that's my workflow. I don't need to change. This is the cool thing about plugin software is if you have your workflow, either you work with Lightroom. Oh, by the way, Luminar 4 works both in Photoshop and Lightroom as a plugin. So that's your choice. If you're using Lightroom and do that, go into Luminar. It will enhance your creativity and artistic. If you are working in Photoshop and you use Luminar 4 as a plugin, it will save you a lot of time on grunt work. Make sense? So that's how I position all the softwares.
Very good. Very good.
That's long, right?
That's a great answer. And one thing that I learned from talking to you before is that one thing that separates Photoshop from Lightroom is that when you edit in Photoshop, you are creating a work of art, right? You're making a masterpiece. You have layers. You're manipulating this photo with that photo, with this background, with that texture. You're creating masterpiece. You're doing composites, right? You have different font you can move around. You can craft font with pictures. You can blur the font. You can manipulate it into this amazing composite right here, right? That's one photo, but then you add like a fishtail here to make her a mermaid. You move the chair, you add it at an angle because she's obviously not sitting on a chair like that because that's dangerous. And you have jellyfish out the window. You can manipulate the photo to any masterpiece you want. So that's what Photoshop can do versus where Lightroom is just kind of manipulating the photo to make it look better and doing the basic thing to just the photo. You don't really manipulate the photo.
I think I forgot to mention one thing that really crucial between Lightroom and Photoshop.
Yeah.
In Photoshop, you're actually working on that photo file.
Yes.
You're working on every single pixels. What you brush out is actually the actual pixel of the photos. While in Lightroom, you're not really working on a photo. You're working on a virtual copy, like more like a screenshot of the photo.
Yes.
So if you do one thing, you own both software, try to zoom in all the way to maximize in both in Photoshop and Lightroom. In Photoshop, you'll see all the pixels dot in colors. In Lightroom, you couldn't because you're not really working with a real photo.
Yeah, you're working like with a proxy file.
Yeah, something.
Or a smaller
like
version. Yeah, just this because again, Lightroom is good for workflow. You can load we load our full wedding where we shoot like 5,000-6,000 photos per wedding. We load it all on one Lightroom catalog is what they call it. So you can scroll up to all the timeline. You can sort to the date and time. You can sort which photographer took which picture, what camera, what lens. It's all in one area. So you can batch process things and move really quickly. It's when we want to edit one photo in more detail. That's when we open up Photoshop on top of Lightroom. So Jeremy doesn't use Lightroom, but he just uses Photoshop. Whereas me as a photographer, I shoot weddings too. And we predominantly use Lightroom. So it's really up to you how you use it.
I use Lightroom just for organizing and copy and paste, but that's pretty much it.
That makes sense. So pretty much we know the power of Photoshop. We should walk over the power of Lightroom just really quick too. Like Jeremy says, it's really a catalog and it allows you to manipulate the pictures. So what makes it amazing is that it's easy. You can just slide things to move things along to get the effect you want, like exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, whites, blacks. And you can have organization, right? This is all sorted by tags and whatnot because you're loading your whole library. You can edit on the phone, it's quick, and that is what Lightroom does. Now, jumping over to Luminar, I think you guys might have saw this video playing while Jeremy was talking, but this is like a quick demo of what Luminar does. It allows you to really manipulate the photos but using AI technology. Like right here, you can add an object behind the lifeguard house. You can manipulate around it. You don't have to mask out the lifeguard house. It does it automatically. Just like here, you're adding skies, but you don't have to mask out the mountains or anything. It knows what sky. Also here, you're editing the photo portrait, but you're adjusting her eyes, her lips, all the little details about portrait, but you don't have to mask because it uses AI technology to identify different parts of the photo and knows what's an object or what's the face, what's the eyes, so it can adjust accordingly. Again, you can adjust the details and it will control the details on the object versus the sky. You can also clone people out really quickly by using an eraser tool. It uses AI technology to auto content aware correct it, and it does a really good job of it. So there's a lot of things you can do with Luminar 4, and it takes your photo all the way to the next level above and beyond what Lightroom can do. But it still has
Can I hijack this conversation just for maybe another 5 minutes? I want to point out a point that, have you ever had that question like people ask, is photography art? Right? There's more like a never able to answer, or they have both side arguments, right? There is never right and wrong.
Yes.
Can I put on my own point of view on this?
Sure, absolutely, Jeremy. This is our channel. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, I'm respecting you. Okay, so the way I see it, like photography, is it art or not? We just based on looking at just like one Photoshop. Okay, Lightroom. If you look at their promoting, the marketing, if you go to there, they're all pictures. Like you can see, it's one single exposure photos. That's what Lightroom's promotion is. While on Photoshop, you see all the crazy composite, crazy creative things, right? So you think about it. When people kind of argue, say, why is photography not art? Well, first of all, people are saying that you're not really creating anything. You have a mechanical device pointing at something, and then you capture it. You don't even draw it. The sensor caught it.
Yep.
And then you go to Lightroom, all you do is basically changing the exposure or even a white balance, which is technically it's not yours as well. Nothing in that picture is you created, except for the angle that you created. While in Photoshop, you can manipulate, and actually in Photoshop and in Luminar 4, you could actually change the sky view one. You could change anything in your imagination. You putting your creativity and imagination into that piece of the work, while Lightroom cannot really provide that kind of tool for you. So I'm just pointing out that, if you think that you want to create art, you got to go beyond photography. And that's what Photoshop do, because Photoshop stop at photography, but be Photoshop. So you can shop around and do whatever you want. While Lightroom, you basically inside a room, you're trapped. I don't know if the analogy makes sense or not.
It works. It's a play on word, but it does make sense with what you're saying. I like it.
It's just how I feel. You could do more. The reason that I don't go to Lightroom, because whenever I have a thought of concept, want to do something in the photo, I don't have the tools in Lightroom for me to able to achieve that. That's why I never really want to work in there. Yeah. Anyway, that's just me.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And then here's another video demonstration of Luminar 4. Again, it's Luminar 4. It's like kind of in between Lightroom and Photoshop, and you can use it as a plugin for both Lightroom and Photoshop too. But this is where it uses technology to kind of bridge that, what Jeremy says, between just photo editing versus like photo manipulation. So it allows you to manipulate the sky, adds object to the back of your picture, add birds to your picture. This is manipulating, right? You're adding creativity to your photo, not just taking a picture and adjusting the colors a little bit. You're actually...
Well, I think that's the key word of creating an art, is the M word.
Manipulation.
manipulation.
Yeah.
So in art form, when you draw something on the canvas, you are manipulating the reality.
Yes.
And while in Photoshop, you actually do that in a photo that you change it to the way you think that reality should be, rather than you just capture and hand it people as that's the reality. That's what you see with your own eyes too, but I capture it.
Yep. Yeah, and also in Luminar 4, it does a good job if you just want to adjust reality. You see this one? Just adds more sharpness, add more contrast. And the cool thing is Luminar 4 has AI technology. So of course you can do similar things in Lightroom. And of course you can do it in Photoshop, but with Luminar, it's one button and it allows you to do all this really quick.
That's what I said about removing all the groundwork.
Yes.
And let you basically have fun and be creative with the photo.
Yeah, and it's great for a portrait too. Like here's a good example of Luminar working its magic in portrait photography. Because before to change
inspiration.
Yes. So before to make portrait edits like this, there's a lot of like stamping of tools. But here you just say, I want to remove defects and all skin defects. And then how much? You just drag the slider. And you notice once it does remove the defect, it still has the texture of the skin, so it looks realistic. You can enhance the eyes just by sliding. Remove dark circles by sliding again. Whitening the eye by sliding again. Improve the eyebrow, slide. Enlarge the eye, slide. Change the lux, just hover over it and gives you a preview of the lux. And notice no masking has been done.
No.
You don't need to mask out the eyes or not, but look at that before and after. And that is really how quick it took. It's just some sliders.
I mean, you can do all this in Photoshop manually.
Of course.
But you can't really do this manually in Lightroom.
No.
So that's where we in between it's kind of, that's why I kind of set Luminar 4 in between of Lightroom and Photoshop.
Yeah. And
but then it has the easy sliding, like you mentioned, easy sliding. That's the key.
Yes, it has a lot of functionality of Photoshop, but it has the ease of use of Lightroom. We'll look at one more 1 minute inspiration. So we did one with portrait. We did one with manipulation of objects. Ooh, let's look at what does this one do? Surreal images, more art-like images. Let's watch this one more video and see what this one has to offer. I've never seen this video before actually. Oh,
me neither.
This is new. Luminar keeps updating their videos. Also, Luminar has good support. So if you buy their software, you own the software forever. But the support is also very available. So if you have any problems, contact them.
Look at that sky replacement on this.
And then you can enhance like the accent, right? And you can enhance the sky separately. And you can change the different skies. Oh, look at that. And look how hard it would be to mask out all those bridge cables.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, it would take you forever. Are you kidding? Well, where's this software? It does it automatically, so you don't even have to worry about it. But look, it looks so perfect. Now you can just worry about changing which sky to use, the contrast of the sky, and how well it blends with the picture. And even the default setting, it has a relight feature that once you change the sky, it will relight your whole scene, so it looks believable. In other words, the rest of your picture will blend with the sky. It's that smart, because otherwise it would look AKA Photoshop, where you just replace the sky and the rest of your picture doesn't reflect.
I don't like
the color.
you using that word like that, AKA Photoshop. Like you kind of like make it sound like a bad thing.
I confuse the heck out of everyone by saying that. But when I say AKA Photoshop, I had it in quotes because that's what the normal people say when they say, oh, that image is Photoshopped, right?
That's because there are so many, what's a good word to say this? Some not as skillful people that are using Photoshop to produce some not as professional work out there.
Yes.
And then that kind of let people lead to, hey, you know, have something that if you only do it halfway, it's never good, and then you put it out there already, and that kind of build that reputation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just a bad word to say it's photoshopped, but I won't touch on that because that's a topic for a lot longer debate. So you guys know the difference now between Luminar and the combo of Lightroom and Photoshop. Luminar fits right in between. Today, Jeremy is going to do a demonstration for us. And he's going to show us how we get the before and after. We're pretty much going to start with a photo that looks like this. where it's overexposed and you can't really see the sunset and there's no birds, to something afterwards where you add a sunset, you add some clouds, add birds, and you make it all blend really well. So you create a masterpiece of art. And Jeremy, if you're ready, let's see the demo.
Okay, I'm ready. Can you share the screen now? Tell me what you see.
Let me see. Yep, I can see your screen.
Okay, so
wait, hang on. It went to full screen mode. I gotta make it smaller, so we can still see ourselves. There we go. All right, you are ready to go.
Okay, so a little story about this set. Okay, normally I would carry a flash. Normally, this is actually a friend. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm degrading it. So, and I was going light on that day. I think I would expect about the lighting and also the shooting situation because I don't even know where to go. They actually told me they drive me everywhere and just photograph them. So I have no idea where I'm going.
Right.
And I was packing light and no flash. Otherwise, this one would definitely have. And also, I have no assistant. Just so you know.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So if in a normal sense, this first picture would be I will be. Can you see my mouse cursor?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will have some system or a light stand basically over here and illuminate them while I could do a double exposure, getting the exposure of the sunset right here and also get them lit up, right?
Yep.
But unfortunately, I can't do that. So that's how this picture in camera looks like, which to be honest, they still love it.
It's okay. I mean, it's the moment. You have the great moment. You got good framing. It's still a good photo.
I mean, we have some landscape down here, right? But then I went to Pseudobath, do the same thing. Now you can honestly see the sunset is right there.
Yep.
But because I have to expose for them, and boom, it's gone.
Overexposed. You can't even save in post because that information is blasted out.
Yes, because if you basically get something darker in digital photography, you can bring it back. But when you overexpose, you can only get so much back.
Yeah, because it's captured as pure white.
Yeah, because what color makes white?
All the pixels.
No. Color white, only white. What color makes black?
All the pixels.
Exactly. So
yes, I got it right.
You have all the pixels in black. So if you kind of digest the black, you can find those detail back. But in white, because there's only like so little color in there and mostly a white, you won't get those detail back.
Yep.
I don't know if that logic makes sense.
Yeah, but pretty much in this photo, you can't bring back the sunset.
So if you try to do this in Lightroom, I'm trying to bring back, there's a lot of powerful camera out there can get a really crazy raw file. Some might. This one here, even though you have the most powerful one, I think you can only get back so much. But still, but what you can do, you could actually add. So this is the image that I use Photoshop and Luminar to recreate back from this to this.
That is night and day different. Although it's still sunset, but night and day difference in the sunset photo. I mean, that is a dramatic difference.
And then if you notice, my photography style don't really use the rule of third.
Yep.
It's very different.
Well, in this case, there's no need of rule of third because your eye is naturally drawn to the subject that's there, no matter where they are in the photo.
Well, you actually drew the sun first, but that's the key factor.
The sun is in the rule of thirds, right?
Yeah, but that's okay. All right, so without further ado, should I just go back in?
Sure, yeah.
Open it in Photoshop.
Yeah, let's start from square one.
Did I hit something yet?
You're loading, I think.
Am I?
I don't know.
Oh, it's loading. You're right. All right, so actually, you know what? I'm not even worried about that. Let me show you the worst of the worst. So that wasn't even it.
Oh, that was really the before now, right?
Yeah. So you see all this? This is how they capture it in camera.
Yep.
Okay, so it's kind of tilted. The reason is I can't really actually no. There. That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh,
I really tried to get a sunset. But I couldn't.
Yeah.
Because for one, they're in a very not comfortable situation and I have to yell and tell them to pose. I mean, they pose pretty well. Okay. And then I got, you couldn't see it right now, but there's a lot of people on the side I have to yell at people, say, go out, go away, because I'm trying to get a
Because they're
wireframe.
crossing, right?
Yeah, and then if you see it, the line is actually crooked because I wasn't really able to get in front of them and get the lineup. So that's a raw image I got. I was hoping that, okay, at least I could get some of the stuff back. It was nice. It was just like that. It's okay sunset. I could get warmer picture, but then, if I could do better, I could do better. They're my good friends. So first thing first, let me kind of just open up the shadow a bit here.
Yep. So now these manipulation you're doing is in Camera Raw, which is part of Photoshop, right?
I'm working directly with the raw files.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we're not touching Luminar yet. This is just Photoshop.
No, not yet. This is Photoshop. So I'm doing that, but so I can see more now. Now, this is something I will do all the time. Why? How? Oh, did I? So I basically draw two lines. You see that?
Yep.
It wasn't straight, right? But this will help me align. See that?
Yep.
The reason is because if I do, normally I go for auto all the time. But in this case, auto doesn't seem to do a good job on this because it's looking for a couple of things. Auto is auto, right? What they're looking for a straight line in the picture to try to align them. In this case, I think, I'm just thinking, they probably look at the rock formation here as a line, right? All that. So it confuses the heck out of them. So I have to bypass the auto. The auto is an auto. This is auto, like just do whatever auto. This is auto horizontal priority. This is auto vertical priority. This is auto try to get a bounce on both. Now, none of this.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So none of this really worked in this case. So you could do what I did is basically just draw a line. You see that? All you need is two lines or more, and it will find a good balance. See, just that.
Nice, good tip.
Right.
I'm already learning new stuff. I never did this before.
Right there. That's. Oops. Okay. Actually, I like that better. I did that, but you know what? I'm gonna do something new this time. Okay. So let me open up them up a little bit. See how sharp this thing is? This is the Fuji X-T3.
Ooh.
They were tiny, but then they're still sharp. Love that lens.
The Fuji X-T3 is a great camera. Now there's a Fuji X-T4, which is even better than the X-T3. But same sensor, just add more features.
So I see some blue on her dress, so I'm trying to remove here a little bit. I don't want too much of it. And I don't want to add too much color on it yet because I need to make it bearable so that I know I want to replace the sky. So so to replace sky to make Luminar work easier, I make sure that I have the contrast and horizontal line here. So that Luminar can pick up. Okay. And I think I did the job. Now when I align the picture, you see how there's missing pixel on both the corner? Because it's tilted, but that's okay. It's really easy fix. So I think this is good enough for me to open. This is still raw converter, camera raw 12.21. This is not Photoshop yet. Until I open image, so then it will open, become a flat image. In Photoshop.
So camera raw, does it come with Photoshop or can you just download it by
itself? Comes with Photoshop. It comes with Photoshop. It comes with Photoshop and Bridge, actually. I found it used to be more powerful than Lightroom, believe it or not. Yes, but then they kind of more and more migrate more the camera raw features into Lightroom. So Lightroom can do quite a lot now. So in a way, I feel not fair because they keep pushing the Lightroom while basically Photoshop and RAW are the mother, and while they give it all to the son, and then give no credit to the mom. You probably don't agree with me on that one. Okay, so let me fix those.
So basic content aware.
So in this case, there's nothing out there but white, so I need to both basic shift F5. It's a fill. And I would choose you could fill with different things, okay? In this case, I want to fix it and make sure I don't just want to fill it white because even though you see this is white, I could tell you that right now they're not white. They're not
Yes.
pure like 100%.
Of course not. No way.
So
it's a gradient.
well, the human eye can't see that. Sometimes
Yes.
if you did not calibrate your monitor well, you can't see it, right?
But you can see it when you paint white over it. It will
Yeah,
look
you
terrible.
can.
Yeah.
It will look terrible.
Yes.
So actually, you know what? Just for the heck, might as well give that a try.
Yeah, let's paint white over it. You can definitely see.
So pick. Let's go away window. So if I put D, okay, see, if I put D, my color here will go back to default black and white.
Yep.
If I put X, I could turn it on and off from which was the foreground color, which was the background color. So in this case, I want to use white, so I'll make white on the foreground color.
Yep.
And I'll put B, and I have a brush.
Yep.
So my brush right now is at capacity 100%.
Yep.
23%. Well, for this case, I'm gonna put 100% so you can see a lot of white. Now you can't see it, but
you can't.
you can't see it. But you never know. Sometimes, but in this case, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna replace this guy anyway. But you can kind of tell this is what's brighter here. This is a yellow tone down there.
Yeah.
Right. So, most of the time I don't go in like that. So the best case is, you know what? Let me duplicate that just in case.
Yep.
You
missed it.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I have that, and the fastest key is Shift F5, and I will get fill out, and make sure the content is content aware, banding mode normal, capacity 100%, and make sure the option color adaptation is clicked so that it will match the colors too. Just click OK and let it work a little bit. Done.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yep. Now you're guaranteed it looks good.
Now, same thing goes down here.
Yep.
You could do the same thing.
Yep.
Right. But in this case, I'm actually going to content aware fill rather than using fill. There's a reason. Actually, I make a video about this. It should be launched
tomorrow.
Yeah. So you want more depth about content aware fill? Check that out in pixelsteppers.com.
Yeah. Or
okay.
Either pixelsteppers.com or
youtube.com/pixelsteppers. Yeah. So I'm going to content aware fill. Here's a reason why. Because let me minimize that. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
So I got so many windows open I can't even touch it. Anyway, come on, that works. You see it. So the reason because there's some wibble on there and they're random. Okay. So sometimes what you do is if you just directly tell Photoshop, hey, I want you to content aware and fill this in for me. What Photoshop did, it will look at the whole picture, look for every single pixel in the picture. And do the calculation. And sometimes when you put in too much information, it will go wrong.
Yes.
Now, in the latest Photoshop, in the content aware field, they give us something really cool to play with. If you look at this side here of the content aware field, so I have a brush right now, right? What I have a brush for, okay? And then I could pick the color. In this case, I got the color green. I like green, so I just keep it green. And then it will indicate sampling area. Now, what that means is sampling area is that, let's say, for example, see, I got green on the picture, right? Like that. Actually, I don't want those. Those are the shadows. I don't want that. Just want those.
Yes.
If you look at it here, it looks perfect.
Yes.
Feel it. So what this does is I'm telling Photoshop, hey, just look at the area with the green to calculate. Don't look anywhere else.
Right.
Because imagine if I don't have greens here.
Yep.
Right. If I tell, hey, look at it here. Use that.
It's gonna mess
look at that. That's what they did.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
That's what happened. In a way, I love Photoshop, but Photoshop is dumb as an ox. Okay.
Well.
you gotta tell them what to do. So that.
Yeah.
Right there. Done.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yep.
So just click OK, and we have that field. Easy.
Yep.
Done.
Nice.
So now I have good pictures.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't do this, but I do because I would go to history and click this little camera and make a snapshot.
Ah, what does that
That's
do?
my save. So this snapshot is basically a snapshot which all these procedures were done. Okay.
Oh, I usually just make another layer, or do I save as another PSD
Oh no no no
file?
no 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 no. That's just
Waste of resource, right?
waste of resources. Well, just do
Oh,
this. It will
wow.
save
That's
this.
cool.
It will go back to this step, right? For example, if I fatten it right now, right, and do more to it right now, do whatever, add a couple more layer, blah blah
Yep.
blah blah, right? Look at those. If I go to back history, go snapshot, it brings me back.
Nice. Yeah, that's sweet. That's a new feature that I never used before. And that's one of the cool thing about Photoshop and Adobe Lightroom if you use the Creative Cloud is that this is not a new feature in this particular one, but like any new feature that comes out, it's really easy to update to the latest version because it's connected to the internet, it's connected to your account. It'll just say, hey, there's a new version. You want to update, click update, and you get the latest version. You get all the bells and whistles of the latest version. Anyway, yeah, that's one of my favorite features of having cloud.
Oh, also, there's a lot of people compare Photoshop Lightroom is that Lightroom is non-destructive and Photoshop is. And that's why the newest functions they give out, they're non-destructive. Look, what I did on the content aware field, they did on a separate layer. Didn't touch a lower layer. See that?
Yep.
So they're doing that. Oh, okay, let me minimize that so you see it better. I'm going to do a shortcut key, which is Control-Alt-Shift-E. And what this function does, it basically build a whole new layer on top with all the layer that I have and combine as one. So with this layer, I can now easily go into my Luminar as a filter plugin. Because right now I want to fix this. You know what? I know I forgot something. You know what? I need to kick this up.
Make another layer of that layer.
No. I need to start all over.
What?
It's okay.
What?
I want to show you guys something which I discovered while I was working on this image. It's fast. Don't worry.
Okay.
No worries. So I'm gonna close this right now because I've done nothing.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna open this again one more time because I had to do this in RAW.
Okay.
Converter. Sorry about this, guys.
No worries.
But you will like this though. Did I click on it already? Is it opening? Is it loading? Because sometimes I don't know. I was using a pen.
So
there you go.
Yep.
Okay, so let's assume I have this already, okay? Now, the reason I want to do this now, because, not that. I want to go to gradient tools here. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to lower the exposure. See that?
Ooh.
I want to do it in RAW. I'm not touching this guy because I'm not fixing that.
Yep.
But I'll do this. This is what I'm trying to do. Get those back. You see that?
Yeah.
I want to do this in RAW and get the most raw and original pixel, get the color back if I'm doing this. I could do this in Photoshop later outside, but then I can able to tap into the unseen pixel that the RAW capture. Because once I bring it in Photoshop, it becomes a JPEG. It's flat. They can't flatten out the data. So I'm going to do this here. That's why I'm going to come back.
So the funny thing is, you can actually edit RAW in Luminar 4 directly, but because you're going through Photoshop, now it goes through a JPEG layer already.
You see this function here, this gradient?
Yeah.
It's not RAW. Do you know that what other software has this too?
Ask the question one more time.
Do you know what other software has this function?
What function?
This gradient that you can control all the exposure, contrast, highlight. Lightroom had this too.
Yes, it does.
Lightroom got it from this, from here.
Yep.
So, but anyway, so that's the reason I want to come back here for that. Okay.
That makes sense.
And in the normal sense, it doesn't really matter because unless you're like a pixel fit, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not.
You're a pixel perfectionist. We can call you PP, pixel perfect.
No.
You're a PP.
No,
hey, it's PP. Welcome to the stream, guys. It's Utechpia and PP, pixel perfect. No, I'm just kidding. It's Jeremy Chan.
So let me do that and duplicate the layers. I just like to clean those up. I don't need the birds because they'll be gone anyway.
You add your own birds.
Yes. All right. So see fast, right?
Yep.
I can go back to my
layer.
Luminar.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, cool.
Don't scare me like that.
Sorry. I can't see. The screen's a little bit small. So remember to zoom in a little bit more when you work on
Oh,
the
okay.
photos. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yep.
I have limited landscape here too, so help
No
a brother
worries.
out. Okay, I'm gonna use a mouse here. Don't need a pen.
Mouse.
Cause here. So I'm gonna go with light. Actually, I already know which one I want. I want Sunset 4, right?
Yeah, Sunset 4 looks good, but let's just see some of the other ones, just to see how fast you can go through different sunset by a click of a button. Again, the cool thing is, Jeremy didn't have to mask out anything. Luminar knows what the boundary of the skies are, and it can pick the sky for you. It's really cool. Look at all those options.
I mean, this is pretty good too, but I just find that it's not as dramatic, you know?
Yep.
Now, well, we could go in and flip the sky here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can change to bright blue sky if you want. That doesn't quite match, you know?
No, because this guy kind of blends into the water a little bit because of
Yeah,
the way,
so
yeah.
the sunset is kind of get in the water. It has to be a sunset pictures,
Yeah.
and with it has to be dramatic, like really orange sunset picture too. Otherwise, it won't work. So this one has to be from this side. Otherwise, it won't work too.
Yeah.
Actually, this one is not that bad.
That one looks like it's almost natural, like 100% natural. It's so believable.
This one?
Yeah, it's very believable.
Well, I just have to fix a little thing here. You see that little gap there?
Mm-hmm.
Just have to fix that. Ta!
Whoa! You fixed it so quickly. I didn't even know you can do that. Nice.
So,
Luminar, the power of Luminar in the hands of Jeremy Chan.
That
Before
looks.
and after.
Let's look closely on some things to see. Wow, it's even math inside too. You see that?
Wow, that is so cool.
And the hair as well. Look.
Yep. Oh, it's smart.
So it applied a little bit of orange going darker for them.
Yep.
So that looks pretty good. Same over here looks pretty good too. Hey, let me go back to fit to screen. There you go. All right, so I like this. So I'm not touching it anymore. Should I use this or the other one? Let's change it up because in the thumbnail I used another sky, but might as well. It doesn't matter, right? Nobody really cares. I'm gonna play with AI.
You can change the sky so quickly; it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Oh, look even better.
Wow, that's so.
Let's try the
dramatic.
AI sky enhancers.
Oh, that looks good.
That's dramatic. That's very dramatic. But somehow it made my guy kind of dark.
Not that much.
It is a bit much. So I'm going to apply a mask on it. And, oh, what'd I do? There. Sorry.
What happened?
My touchpad went crazy sometimes.
You have like so many windows open. That's crazy.
Thanks to you. So I have erase on. I think that's what I need. Wait, hold on. Is it what I need?
You're changing this other things too. I noticed. Oh no, you're doing it right.
No, I am not. I need to inverse. There you go. Now I'm right.
Okay. You inversed it, so now you're right. Maybe.
So in here, that little eye there, you can see where your mask is. So basically, I'm trying to mask out what I did on the AI, right? So all the red will retain all the AI adjustment, except for this little part here.
Yep.
So I am going to do a little bit brushing here to kind of brighten up because either way, I mean, the subject is monastic and all that, magical, but they are still the main subject here.
Yep.
You can always check in. Oh, what did I do?
You changed to invert the brush again.
It's minus. That's why. It's supposed to be minus. See how the little circle says minus?
Yep.
That's what it does. And let me see. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
All right. It looks much, much better now.
Yep.
See, it doesn't darken my subject anymore. Just the skies.
Yep. Nice.
Let me get out this. And oh wait, I need to do one more thing. I knew I forgot something.
We need birds in the sky.
Yes, I know. I know you've been asking for it.
I want the birds. I want
Let's
the birds in the
see.
sky.
Which bird did I use last time? I think 32. No, that's way too much.
Too many birds.
How about bird 3? Okay, bird 3 is about right. And then
Except it's kind of too centered. Can you move it around?
Yeah, so they have this button called Place Object. Once you click on this box, you can make them bigger, smaller, and move them. So I like to move them right here.
So right now, is it being masked? Like if you move some of the birds behind the mountains, are they going to be hidden or going to be in front of them?
Yes.
Oh,
so this
that's
AI
sick.
argument right here, all this object will work with the mask that Luminar itself created.
That's so sick.
I want to right here.
It's awesome.
So I'm going to relight this bird a little bit too to apply the sunset.
Yep.
And kind of maybe minus a little bit and warm it a little bit. It looks more natural now, doesn't it? You know, because I want some of the sunset behind kind of hit the bird. So when you put the amount less, what it does is basically kind of like an opacity.
Yes.
You know, it's 81%. Some of those sunset lighting in the back will, you know, kind of apply to the bird, and that makes it look more realistic.
Yep.
Like that.
Blends in better.
Yes, so I'm gonna keep it at that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good, right?
I think it looks great.
Let's see if I play with some of the lugs and see if anything looks good here. That I like.
So you got about 9 minutes. Use as much of that 9 minutes as you want.
Okay, almost there.
Yeah, take your time. Don't go over 9 minutes though. Get as close to 9 minutes as you can. Yeah. Because I have a meeting after this. I gotta run to a meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. You just said that. All right, so I am done with this, I think. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. One more thing. I know.
Wait, what did you just change? You added the lux to it?
I added a lux, but then it turned kind of too purplish. So I need to warm it up better up so it has the sunset feel like that. Oh, see now the warm, right?
Yes.
I'm going to do one more thing. Just one more thing, and then I'll get up. I promise.
Sure. No, keep.
I'm gonna add a sun.
You're doing good.
Right here, there's a sun.
You're gonna add a sun?
Whoa! I don't need that much. Just like that's fine.
Oh, that's so awesome. I've never used this feature before. Sun rays.
See?
And does this one take into effect the AI too? If you put the sun ray behind the mountain, does the mountain cover up the sun?
Kinda do, see?
Yeah, it does. What? That's pretty cool.
But you see how the sun ray doesn't really match to white, so I need to increase the warmness of it.
Ooh.
Okay, that's better. Looks better. Right there.
Wow, that looks so good. Yeah, that just changes the whole mood of the photo. Just adding that sun ray.
Because I added it, I need to kind of open up this little bit, and also shadow. Come on, shadow, more. Okay, that's better. Now, looks like this to this. How's that?
That looks great. I love it.
Just apply.
Sweet. So, I mean, everything you did has such a dramatic effect. Going from the sky, and then adding the birds, and then adding the sun ray. Like, each of those made the photo like a whole other level better.
This is like kind of like composite type of stuff.
Yeah.
If you do it in Photoshop, it's gonna take a little longer, and also you need to know which tool to go with.
Yeah.
Right here, I'm still doing composite. You think about it.
Yeah.
But it's all sliders.
Yeah, and there are layers involved. It's just that they're hidden from you.
Yeah. So the only thing that you do is you have to make the decision on the placement of the objects and how bright, color, so like that. So I got the sunset. Yes, zoom
in a little bit. There you go. Too much. We want to see the whole picture, right?
That.
Yeah. There we go. Nice.
So it looks more natural, but I could do one more thing. Let's brighten this up. So I have a subject here, but I'm gonna get myself I'm gonna put a mask on them, but the other way around. See how I just bring out the subject?
Ah, yes.
Actually, that's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, but that's a quick way to mask.
Yeah.
It's like,
My mask is always using circular stuff to do because I don't need to draw stuff on it.
Yeah. Oh, a gradient mask.
Why is it so big?
Because your brush is big.
What?
Change
I'm
your
not gonna
brush
mess with
size.
you. There. There.
Now
I'm
you
gonna
have
use the
no...
brush.
No, your hardness is too high.
I can feather it.
Ah.
There. And then, oh, I knew I forgot something.
Make it more believable around them. So man, this photo is just looking amazing already.
Right there, just spread a little bit. See, just a texting relative,
Yeah.
and then done.
That's fantastic, man. Like you just changed a photo that looks good but has terrible colors to something that has the most intense dynamic range I've ever seen. Like to be able to capture this in person is literally impossible. Like I don't even see this kind of dynamic sky ever.
So the good thing about this kind of composite and fixing
Yeah.
is that one, you don't have to wait for the perfect sky.
Yeah.
You know they have all this app. You basically look at the app and when it's good perfect sunset,
Yeah.
and then you don't have to wait for the bird to fly in. So
Yeah.
you're in full control.
Yeah, plus
Anyway.
by the time you wait for the perfect sky, then it's almost dark and you only have like 10 minutes after golden hour. And also like the bride might be cold because the weather is colder
Oh
at
yeah, I
that
mean the
time.
sun went
Yeah.
down like it's 5 minutes. That is
Right.
not much time to get to this.
And then during that time, there's a lot of people because everyone wants to take photo at that time too. So
Yeah.
it's to your advantage to take it not at the optimal time, but then go in post-processing and then making it look even better than if you got the perfect sunset.
Of course.
Power
Okay.
of post-processing.
I am done.
So I guess you're faster than we thought. You still have 4 minutes. You want to just kind of talk through anything else you want to talk through about the photo?
Sure. You know,
Like-
because you told me
for-
that number of times, so I will probably go in and do the blue a little
Sure.
thing because blue doesn't look too. So I'm going to selective color and just finding the blue. Kind of play
Ooh.
around with it. Blue has two blue, just so you know, it has blue and cyan. So you gotta work on those two too, just in case, you know.
But
And-
I see a little bit of a gradient with the blue, almost too much. Oh no, never mind. I take it back. It's a nice gradual transition between blue and orange.
So I'm gonna add some. Yeah, that looks good, but not like that. Okay.
You messed up everything. Wait, I gave you so much
No.
credit. It looks so good. What did you do, Jeremy? This looks like
Ah.
my kind of photo. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Hold on.
Give
Oh,
it
I know
back.
why. Because I was now 100% flow. I need to be a 10. There you go.
Ah,
That's good. That's my painting
Now
stuff.
you're blending it in nicely. So a little bit of that craziness combined with the amazing dynamic range we had. Give a nice.
And just apply a little bit warmth on them.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
That would type in the whole pictures. And then one more thing. Lower this a little bit. And also on this, I am going to do a 50% capacity and just get a little bit more intense inside right here. Like
Not
that.
seeing the effect.
See it now? It was 50%. That's why
Yeah,
it was
it's subtle. I like it though. It blends better.
here.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, I can see it now. Nice.
Just little fine tuning in there because you know you always need that. So from here, then that's Luminar 4,
Wow.
and they'll fine tune in Photoshop and make sure the whole picture ties in. And voila.
Wow. That's such. Can you show me that again? That was cool. Like original, and then Luminar 4, and then all the Photoshop edits.
Okay, this is original.
Yeah.
Well, out from
Zoom
raw.
in a little bit. Zoom in a little bit so we can see the full picture. A little bit more. Yeah, too much.
Okay. No, I
Is
think
that
that's the full
picture?
picture.
Oh, that is
That's
the
the full
picture.
picture. That's the
Okay,
full
cool.
pictures. and Lumina 4.
Yes.
We played this the sky.
Yep.
Add in a sun ray, add the bird, right? And then when I come out here, brighten the subject a little bit.
Yep.
See that?
Yep. Nice.
And here I fix the blue.
Yep.
Because it's too blue, that doesn't look,
Yes.
I want it dramatic, but that's just too crazy, right?
Yes.
So I tune it down.
Yep.
And then here, I basically add more warmness to the whole scenery because we kind of key everything apart. Some of them are not getting it all over global natural light.
Yeah.
So in this case, I need to add back those warmness in those blue area and the rocks and that stuff, right? And then the last but not least, I enhance the brightness of the golden sun. Oh wait, hold on. Why is it?
Huh? It looks good.
There you go.
Ooh, even more golden, more deep,
See?
saturated orange.
Yeah. I want it to be deep orange rather than white because if I zoom out just a tad, if I get it too bright, you will look into the sun right now, right?
Yeah.
But if I dim it down, it's still bright.
Yes.
But you see how it kind of balance out? That dress become the brightest now. So you look at dress first.
Yeah. That's art. That is the fine detail of art.
I mean, one last thing I would do, I would actually do a crop 16 by 9. Like that.
How come it wasn't 16 by 9 to begin with? Oh, no, pictures are normally not 16 by 9. They're 4:3.
Yeah. Yep. So it would be like this.
Ooh. That would look amazing as a thumbnail. It looks so good.
So you know how let's do another screenshot.
Snapshot.
So snapshots. Oh, I didn't do a snapshot earlier. Anyway.
I thought you did. Oh, because you redid it.
I start over.
You redid it.
So so that's working with Photoshop and Luminar. So Photoshop, I two things. Photoshop and raw converter. Raw converter to get the most raw pixel out, to get as much as I can, right?
Yep.
Get it ready. And then go to Luminar, do all my groundwork, such as the composite stuff, replacing sky, adding birds, sun, all that, which require a lot of skills as well as time in Photoshop to do. And then, but I did that all in Luminar really fast, as you can see. And when I come back out with the Luminar, I just fine tune detail and small detail of the whole picture in Photoshop, and voila, done. Just like that.
Amazing. Now, how long would it have taken you if you use Photoshop only to do something like this?
Half an hour.
And then this probably, if you didn't have to show every step and explain all the detail.
Actually, you know what? No. It's probably 45 minutes at least, not for half an hour.
45 minutes.
I have to fine tune everything. While in Luminar, I just like playing with the sliders.
Yeah.
So.
And how about if you were to use Luminar without taking your time to explain everything? You were just doing it as fast as you can to get this result. How long?
I'll probably get it done in 10-15 minutes max.
10-15 minutes. So you're doing it 3 times faster, 15 minutes, 10 minutes instead of 45 minutes. That's 4.5 times.
I would say if I go fast and I know exactly what I want, I could finish this in 5 minutes.
Yeah, because it's really just sliders, right? Boom, sky, boom, birds, boom, sun ray. Adjust the exposure a little bit, do some mask. Yeah,
like you said, if I have to talk, I don't have to guide it like what I'm doing, explain and try things out and try it in there. Then 5 minutes is probably the time I take to finish this.
Nice. Well done. So are you happy that there are tools now that can save you tons of time and potentially replace Jeremy? Do you think it's going to replace you, Jeremy?
No, because they still didn't know where to put stuff.
Yeah. So AI can only do so much. They still need Jeremy Chan, the master of photo, the master of pixel manipulation.
Oh, no. Don't put me on that spot. That's way better.
Pretty good one. A very humble Photoshop digital artist, photographer that's willing to share all of his knowledge and teach the future generation of photographer. Not the best, but one darn good photographer that I know.
I wish more people can do stuff like this. That way, all the photo would be so amazing out there. We need that. We really need that.
Yeah, I mean,
we have all the tools out there right now that you can, create anything that you want that comes in your mind. I don't think we maximize all those tools enough, honestly.
Yeah,
we just stuck. No offense to most photographers. If they're doing portraits or landscape, they just stay in Lightroom. I mean, landscape is fine, there's a change color, but there's a lot of different genres of photography out there, and I feel like we need to maximize.
Agreed.
Maximize.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. Well, that takes us to the end of the video. Wow, I'm sweating. My face is so oily. It's hot in my room. It's so hot today. Yeah, I get the shine. We need to use Luminar 4 to like tone down the shyness of my face. Oh yeah,
gosh. We can do that. We can totally do that.
Anyway, any last words before we wrap up, Jeremy?
I will be doing more videos on post-processing in either Photoshop or Luminar 4 in our channel Pixel Stepper. So do go, actually Pixel Steppers with the S, right? Because it's me and you. Sorry, keep thinking about S.
Pixel Steppers, that's what we are.
Pixel Steppers.
Yep.
So do check us out if you want to learn more about photography, especially in post-processing, because that's what I specialize in.
Yep. Yep, and follow us on Amazon Live to see more videos like this. And also, don't forget the link down below. You can get Photoshop and Lightroom for $10 a month, and you can cancel anytime, and it's a monthly plan. And you can get Luminar 4 on Amazon, or if you go to pixelstabbers.com/Luminar, you can get some discount and apply the code PixelStabbers for $10 off. And remember that little hack that I told you that Jeremy's not gonna want to know? Basically, if you go to 3 payment plan, you enter the code, it looks like it takes $10 off each of the payment plan. So that's saving you $30. I don't know if it works or not, but take a screenshot of that. So if Luminar charges you more, you say, hey, that's the screenshot I took. That's the price I'm willing to pay. So you should be able to get a great deal if you take advantage of that right now. But I'm pretty sure they're going to fix it. Anyway, I'm done talking about that, Jeremy. You can go back.
I totally would highly recommend getting the software Luminar. It's affordable and it's powerful enough, and I guarantee it will elevate your photography for sure.
Yeah, you get it once and you can use it forever. I mean, remember again today, what we did is we used Photoshop and Luminar 4 to create this amazing effect. So that about wraps up. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for following and subscribing to our channel. We love your support. Let us know in the comments, in the chats, if you have any requests for other stuff. We want to teach everything we know, and if you want to learn something that we don't know, we'll learn it so we can show it to you. We love photography and we want to share it with the world. All right, guys, thank you so much and have a great night.
Thank you for watching.
We are signing out. Let's sign out on that channel, and we'll sign out on this channel.
How long do I have to?